IR vibes, info, entertainment, reviews. Lots of love to everybody out there. Thank you all for the support. Really appreciate it. Much love as always. And don't forget, you guys, love, live, and smile. Times are not getting any longer as the days are getting shorter. Before I get started into your latest earthquake update, one thing I wanted to mention that was mentioned a few years back, a statement from a president: cannot afford 4 more years, non-energy, foreign policies. Now get this, next president of the United States is going to be delivering the most significant in all living history ever since Franklin Roosevelt. A moment, and in my words, an abyss is what I call it. Some of you have noticed, some of you really choose not to know. But it really seems that things are heading down that wrong path that nobody wants. And what much can we do about it? I think it's a lot more worse than what many people think. And one thing I wanted to bring up is that a lot of people tend to ignore. And a lot of people, after a couple broadcasts, believe it or not, you would not believe how many people who think it's an exercise. So I just gotta get this clear, you guys. If nobody can see what is going on, then nobody is gonna be prepared the best that you could be when it all hits the fan. And after that statement, how it was mentioned, cannot afford 4 more years of non-energy. And then the foreign policy, well, you guys get the fact where I'm going on this. So, love every day, you guys. Appreciate even the littlest things, because these times are not getting any better. So let's get started into your earthquake update. It is currently 4 a.m. Arizona time, and take a look at the quick swarms, you guys. Quite a bit of amount of magnitude within the fives at a steady pace, and a lot more than I even expected. Take a look here with Solomon Islands, 5.2 magnitude earthquake. We're gonna go on ahead and zoom on in and take a look at all these swarms. Now, mind you, this is only 24 hours of seismic activity. So, just the way how this is all looking, wouldn't put it past me, guys. Stay up to date with everything, and I'll keep you posted, because within the next coming week, even less, there's gonna be even a massive amount of swarms throughout the rest of the plate system. That includes California, the whole west coast line, going past Oregon, Washington, going towards Canada and into Alaska. And this is all following the whole tectonic plate system. I was checking out the patterns, just the way how they were continuous since my last update. And we are definitely expecting some bigger quakes, so definitely stay tuned in for that. So other than the 5.2 following by 4.6 and just multiple quakes, now where this 5.2 had struck is just one after another after another. Also, take a look here if I could get in the back. There's so many quakes, you guys. Now, you know what? Let me clear this up, clean it up a little bit. Here's the total amount of earthquakes that had actually struck just that area. 3 earthquakes ranging within that 5.2 magnitude earthquake. Now zoom back out. I know I gotta take a look at Australia, but of course we can't use the USGS because that is not monitored. We all know that. So I'm gonna be taking a peek on the next update. I'll bring that to you guys and see what is happening for Australia themselves. Now, over here, Hawaii, take a look here. 4 earthquakes, 2.6 magnitude earthquake, and bam, here we go into the west coast. And this is what I was saying. There's gonna be a big mass swarm of earthquake activity. And if there is any 6.1s, 6.2s, definitely am going to be expecting it to be occurring. 4.1 magnitude hitting Canada. Also, which was the biggest one that I've ever seen yet so far since I've been doing these earthquake updates. 5 earthquakes near Skagway, Alaska, 2.7, but the biggest quake was Tofino, Canada. The biggest one that I have seen, other than this 4.1, was a 3.2 magnitude. Other than missing some of the days that I have missed back in the past. But I have not ever recorded a 4.1 magnitude just yet. So this one's definitely starting to hit the record. But of course, you gotta remember that whole Cascadia, tectonic plates throughout. And then not including, to forget about, you guys, don't forget, all these cracks running off of the west coast and going towards the whole other side. Gotta remember about those too, and those are not listed. Now take a look at California. This is Simeon, California. 4 earthquakes within a 2.2 magnitude earthquake. Santa Barbara getting hit with 4 earthquakes, 2.4 magnitude earthquakes. Manhattan, Montana. Take a look over here. 2.4, 4 earthquakes. And also, coming up over here, take a look at this. Now, Montana has been pretty active. Utah got a 2.1, and then here it goes where it gets bigger. So now that we have this 5.8 magnitude earthquake, it's gonna send its shockwave, which what I call a domino effect. What I mean by the domino effect is like setting up dominoes. You flick that domino down, guess what's gonna happen? The rest are gonna follow that path. So as far as California goes, there's definitely gonna be some pretty big uptick in the seismic activity within the next coming couple of days. So everybody do be advised and just kind of keep watch out. Coming up over here in Dominican Republic, 3.8 magnitude earthquake, 11 miles southeast of La Ramona. And also coming up over here, Chile, with a 4.1 magnitude earthquake, 35 miles south-southwest of Bristol Island, South Sandwich Islands region. 5.2 magnitude earthquake. Other than that, my friends, that is about it. Despite the earthquake that had struck Romania, with a 4.3 magnitude, Turkey within Cyprus with a 4.0 magnitude. Now let's take a look and see how shallow these were. 5 miles depth, so you know that was very well felt. Now the one over here, let's go ahead and take a quick peek and see what happened as far as the depth wise. So Romania is at 73 miles depth, you guys. So the shallower the earthquake, the more of an effect it's going to send above ground. Now the deeper the earthquake, so say for example this 4.3, currently 73 miles depth. Now if you put this at 120 miles depth, well, you're not going to feel the shock wave from that magnitude as you would at 73 miles depth. So those of you who did not know about that, well, you just got a quick tip of how that pretty much happens and how it works, especially in the weak zones. Now Indonesia, Philippines, 5.9 magnitude earthquake. Well, guess what? Take it as a 6.0 magnitude, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at the other two. Let's, before we get further, take a look at the depth. 324 miles deep. So that is very, very deep, you guys. Now, if this was with the magnitude, hitting at a 6.0, because that's basically what that is. If that was about 50 miles depth, probably would have caused quite a bit of catastrophic damage easily, being a small mass of land, small island, and of course sitting on one of the weakest plate zones throughout the globe. Now, following Indonesia with a 4.9 magnitude earthquake, here's another one, Papua New Guinea, 4.9 magnitude. 4 earthquakes. I mean, you guys, these are bigger earthquakes, and I did say in the previous updates these were gonna pick up just a little bit. And as far as those 6 magnitudes, do be alert on those, as eventually, I'm pretty well sure, you guys, I'm gonna put it about 90% within the next 2 weeks max, and sooner. I mean, it can happen tomorrow, but there is signs of a 6 plus magnitude, and maybe even a 7 if things keep going the way they go. So other than that and everything around the world, you guys, heads up high, be grounded, and as always, love, live, smile. This is IR Vibes, Info, Entertainment Reviews, your Quake update. Much love.